tell you, boy.
Oh, it's almost over.
5 days.
Days and you keep hearing more and more stuff.
Yeah, it's never going to end. Yeah.
And we were doing our shirts in the parking lot last night. So like I did it till like almost 4:30. I didn't go home till like 5 something.
Wow.
Oh, look at the people popping on. Who wants that TV? Anybody? Hi. It's up there. All the tickets. See? Ooh. All the tickets.
Charlie, Carl, Robert, what's happening?
If all you guys voted, if all those guys voted,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen voted in that little tub there, we're in good shape. Good shape,
We're in good
guys.
shape, but we'll see.
10 o'clock hour, we're pulling the ticket. 10 o'clock. When we go on break. Because we can't do it live on the radio, we'll do it live on our Facebook feed. If everybody's wondering, here's your answer.
What's up, Lil?
How you doing, everybody? How you doing? You ready to go back to work yet?
I know I gotta go. Gotta go.
One way or another.
Yep.
It's like death and taxes.
All right, good people. It's that time of the day on a Wednesday. Thank you for listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of 623 Lives Matter show. We appreciate you guys for always tuning in. Everybody that's going to work, be safe, be careful. Everybody that's coming from work, be safe getting home. And thank you for tuning in. Everybody that's listening to on the radio, thank you. Everybody that's watching on Facebook. Charlie, I said, yeah, all right. What's up, Marilee? How you doing? Everybody know what time it is. 5 days left until we find out all those complaints, all those frustrations.
Oof, 5 days.
We'll find out. Everybody did a lot of complaining. Everybody, they said they voted for us. We're going to find out. We heard the same thing in 2016, and we've seen what happened, even though we did take a seat, which is good. 37 votes, slate votes short. But there were more people that voted against our incumbents, even with all that experience, because Romeo, they actually had more experience in 2016 than they do now.
But yet they're still running on experience.
Because they don't tell the whole story. And I want to just go back and just
way back.
Lead up to where we at today on the reasons why that we felt compelled that we had to run. Everybody knows what happened in 2013, but that was just, I guess, like the start of it, the whole Hoffa thing, the whole how the contract was handled. I know we supported those guys with a lot of other people. We thought that they was, telling us everything on the up and up. But, found out that that wasn't true. And then 2014, and I'm about to tell y'all something, and I really want you guys to really think about this. And actually we had somebody that was with me when this all went down. He's at Oregon Avenue. He's a shop steward. He works on the Twilight midnight shift. Harry Brown, he was there with me when all this went down. So in 2014, it was Tom Wolf. He was running for his first attempt for governor of Pennsylvania, right? So the E-board had took myself, Harry Brown, I think Bagby, and some other people off the job to help get Tom Wolf elected the first time. So we was out there, trying to get him, elected. And being at the gates, I saw some things that I never saw from my e-board. A lot of our members came up to members of our e-board and was expressing their frustrations with how the 2013 contract was handled. And I'll never forget this one lady, man. She came up to Izzy. Oh, man, Izzy, y'all sold us out. Y'all lied to us. And Izzy was like, no, this. He was trying to give her the political answer to what actually happened.
Facts are facts.
Right.
They said a similar plan. I got the video. Y'all want me to post it up there? I'll go post up the whole big video with Ken Hall, because we all know we got the CD in the mail, right? I'll make sure that goes up. I'll give it to Richard. I'll make sure it goes right up. Not a problem, right? You can hear what he said firsthand, right? This plan is not the same. Not the same.
So then after the member went into the building, my man just said, like, oh, man, he just said some really negative things about part-timers in general. And I'm sitting there like, wow, I can't believe this. So went to the office the next day. Because you guys know me, man. When something like that happened, it just bothers me. So I went to the hall, and the e-board was there. Izzy wasn't there. It was George Ruggieri, Shanahan, Wharton B, Joni, Billy Morris, and what's my man Harry talked about? Harry Brown.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, listen, guys, look, the members are not happy. You guys did not tell us the truth about this whole contract, And I said, how can we fix it? Now, how can you guys fix it? How can we fix it? Being a shop steward, I want to be a part of how we fix it. Our vice president was standing on my right-hand side. She came up to me and told me, Hooker, no, she said, Hook, you go back and tell the members, stop crying, pull their pants up. And I said, what? I'm sitting shocked. Because as a shop steward, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to bring the issues that members are having to the e-board.
That's right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I did that.
You hopefully document it through the grievance procedure so there's a physical record of it. Then when come contract times is, you put them on a table like this in neat little stacks like this and say, okay, UPS, this is what the members really care about. This is what the language we got to fix is. Because you know what? We got to make improvements here because whether you like it or not, you can't keep people. The facts, right? Everybody's seen the post online. Everybody's going around. The whole country's getting above the $14, whatever, $15. There's places all across the country that are getting it. Because UPS can't keep people. Bottom line. I want to know what the standard is that they get theirs raised and we don't get ours. Because we got a hell of a turnover here too. Right? So what's the standard that gives them that market rate adjustment here over here? The one guy said they got the rate and give them a $150 week bonus to make sure they show up on time. Plus the bonus.
Jesus Christ.
So it's all over. Listen, it's all over the country. If you take a look, Louisville had I think 250 in one spot, 150 in another spot.
They had 250.
Right.
And
where does the fair days work for fair days pay? Right. Was Shanahan paying attention? Right when negotiations happened?
No.
When there was an attendance bonus that was with the members, and all of a sudden it disappeared from the members, and he didn't establish that in the collective bargaining agreement. Was he asleep at the wheel? Was Wharton B asleep at the wheel? Was Billy Marsh asleep at the wheel? Right. Were they all asleep at the wheel? They didn't see what's going on. Listen, I get you got to work with UPS, right? That's not the issue, right? The issue is they gave you something, it wasn't in the contract, and then you let it slip away without even putting it in there. Say, oh, hold it. It's in there now. I don't care what you want to do. You can't get rid of it now. It's in there now. This is a bonus for working this shift or whatever, how it worked out, right? And people would have voted that contract down because they're saying, oh, you giving this to the new house and you giving me nothing. They're going to make more than me off the bat? Oh, no.
See, this story reminds me of a story working in the hub, being a working for the safety team. I was a co-chair for the safety rep on Twilight, and when I was a co-chair, for no reason at all, they took the co-chair away from me, and I was like, "Whoa!" After the meeting, I pulled the management aside, and I was like, what happened? Like, all of a sudden, like, I'm ready to go. I had a big meeting. It was Martin Luther King Day. They had a big meeting at the Holiday Inn over there. I was supposed to show up and take notes, pitch ideas for safety, this, that, and the third. And leading up to that, I was bringing up a lot of safety problems in my area, other areas, so on and so forth. So the management, you know what they said to me? You can't we don't want you to be the safety coach here anymore because you bring up too many safety issues. So I was like, what? I was like, but that's what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
But they brought somebody in that was going to be a corporate person that was going to do what they wanted.
Right.
And they didn't want me there because I was trying to get stuff fixed and I always brought up issues. So because of that, they went to corporate. That's a corporate answer. So that's why it's almost the same thing to me when they say pull up your pants and deal with it. It's a corporate answer.
Right.
It's not a union answer.
Right.
It's a corporate answer.
Right.
Listen, the big problem is this. We all know that UPS plays a blind eye when trying to fix the facility. They play a game. Oh, we can't do this now, can't do that now. It's one thing if they maintain the equipment. We have to go and move printers around at UPS to spy out the packages, okay?
Right.
Where is the sense of urgency for them to make sure that the proper equipment's there so people get to do it, right? We have an extendo that goes in, right? You gotta lean over like this and this because there's like a 4-inch gap, right? In between where the grate meets the thing. So you gotta bend over, right? They told me today, why you got the belt on slow? I said, well, I got 2 guys in the truck. I got to bend over on the belt. And I said, that's why it's going slow. I was like, I can't do nothing about it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How am I going to really spot it out? I was like, we want to make sure it gets though so it doesn't go to DA and we can get wrapped up on time. Then I got to take my time to make sure this package is spotted out correctly. That's what happens.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Sorry I'm not that fast. But the scanners sometimes don't work or the machine sticks. And what happens to me, I don't know about you guys, the tape on the stickers,
The adhesive there.
yeah, it messes with my hand sometimes, and it ties up. I don't know. Like, listen, other people don't have that problem.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but I do.
Right. But getting back to like I said, one of the reasons why we felt like we had to do this, because like I said, in 2014, sat down there and I explained to them why, the members were having an issue with what happened in 2013, and they just was like, no, whatever, we don't care. Like I said, all those guys was in there, and not one person had any objection to what Joni was saying. So then, I didn't say nothing. Then when the shop steward meeting came up, I bring it back up. Say, yo, the members are not happy with what happened. Then everybody flipped out. Now, now I'm the bad guy now. So, 2015 came. We started this whole 623 Lives Matter thing because there has to be a change. The people in office, they seem to me they just don't care about what's going on. So everybody knows we ran in 2016. 2016 was a congested year. You had the IBT election, you had our local election, you had the national election for the United States of America. A lot of elections was going on, so people was tired of voting. Tired of this, tired of that. We came up short, 37 votes. But then don't forget you had a delegate election also. So there was a lot of stuff going on, and people, I don't know if they were really paying attention to what was really going on within our e-board. It's not the fact that they just didn't do the job. They sat down on us.
I think people have slowly taken the situation to light now, and they kind of pay more attention to what goes on with the e-board, more so than ever before.
Right.
And they're really taking a look at when you answer even questions at the hall, and they say, I don't know, UPS hasn't got with us yet, right?
Right.
But every supervisor yet in the building is talking about a new day store opening at Oregon Avenue, or this operation's changing over here. They're not aware of what's going on. They don't know how the Article 22.4 is going to be used. I guarantee you UPS has an idea.
Yeah, they know.
They got it down to 2 or 3 scenarios right now in the building, right? The problem is the volume is so heavy now that all those regular package car drivers that they're locked in a certain number, are they going to switch them over now to go Article 22.4? Because the building, I think today, did over 80,000 at Oregon Avenue.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
So you have this whole entire black belt running. You have all the box signs running. And it's not even Christmas yet, and we're in October.
Yeah.
Right? So they're obviously getting ready and gearing up and training different drivers to go out and drive, right?
Right.
That's fine and dandy, right?
Bombarding
But they're regular package car drivers at this point. They're not utility drivers. You know what I mean? You can't call those guys utility drivers. Not when you're running, 25 extra trips that you didn't run before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So UPS has got to wake up,
Well,
right? Shanahan and them got to wake up. They need to get with the stop stores and report back at this November's meeting and say, hey, listen, this is how many more regular package car drivers we got addition because UPS is adding the trips,
Yes,
right?
right?
They're doing it 4 days a week. So we got to make sure that those trips are added into the mix. We got to make sure those jobs are posted up for bid so guys get the opportunity to go driving.
So you're saying they got to wake up. I'm saying they got to answer the hall's phone. Man, you're seriously. I mean, I have numerous amount of people that have reported to me that they've called the union. They called the union hall multiple times throughout the day. For example, they called Monday. The one person was like he had to call 6 or 7 times just to get an answer. No answer machine, no nothing. Another person called, left a message, nobody ever got back to them. And these are people that have not received their ballots. And then I had a person call, got through their ballot. They never got their ballot. They were like, okay, we're going to send you another one. This was last week. Then they called today or yesterday and was like, I still didn't get my ballot. Oh, I'll take care of you. Well, listen, this is way beyond being late to being taken care of. I mean, the ballots are being tallied Monday. If people don't ship it out tomorrow,
right? But
they're not going to get it.
And then there's another issue that
they don't answer their phone. That's
right. And there's another issue here.
It's just you guys.
Now, over the last the last 2 weeks, right? We've done called about 2,300 people. I know. 2,300 people we called. Majority of those people got the ballot. You know what they say? I'll get around to voting. I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
I got I'll get it this weekend. I'll get to it this weekend. And these are not people. You know how people say, well, it's the young people. It's not them. It's veterans. The people that's been there a while.
No, there's a lot of veterans out there.
They're not voting. And then when Monday comes and somehow these guys get back in office, they're gonna be the first to complain. Well, you had your ballot. Well, and you let it sit on the table.
Well, you got to remember, right? I was just looking at the list. There's 175 people, I think, that are part-time on the pre-rule list right now down at Oregon Avenue. 175, right? Out of 175, I think it was down close to near the 80 mark that had 2 years of seniority. So more than half the list, right, only has 2 years seniority. The guys here that only have 2 years seniority, they're not gonna stick around.
Right.
The list shows you that they don't stick around.
Right.
Yeah.
People move on.
Right.
Well, if you have, and I want to say this, it was 60-some people for 2019, right? How many people in that other 60 people do you think are really going to be here by next year or 2 years from now?
Right. Not many.
Right.
No.
Not many.
So that's why they don't vote, because they don't see UPS as a viable future.
Right.
Right.
Well, I was actually
There's too many games that UPS plays.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity or there's a chance to go create full-time work, they don't put it up there.
And a lot of these new people, what they're doing now is they're jumping to supervisors.
The thing is,
Right away.
Well, listen,
Boom, boom.
if you can go in and get $19.35 an hour, right,
All
and you're
the-
getting stuck at 14, that's a $5 bump right
they're,
there,
and
right?
they're not even letting these people hit
And as soon as
seniority.
you're getting 6 and 7 hours a day in some places, right? More than that. I can tell you right now, I've seen the guys down at Oregon Avenue midnight. Them guys were making killer money, working all kinds of hours, all those crazy little part-time shoots.
Right.
Here comes Christmas time. What do you think? They're going to have other operation go into play? Do you think they're not going to go and get even more hours in the group?
It's crazy. Another thing with the ballots that I've been hearing is that people are receiving their ballots and the envelopes are sealed. They can't open the envelope to put the ballot in.
Well, I tell people if that happens, I tell them take a picture of it, send it to Peter Marks, right?
Right.
If you guys need help to get Peter's Marks, we'll go put that little post on there again.
Yes,
We'll put
there's
that
a
in
lot
there,
of stuff going
If you have
on.
a problem with your ballot, take a picture of it, send it to Peter Marks, right? Because something along the lines has to change so everybody has access to ballot and don't have to keep calling and calling back. There's a messed up ballot.
The phone not being answered is a big concern to me because we got multiple. There's one person, veteran. I spoke to the person, and she was like, I called maybe about 3 or 4 times, no answer. And I was like, well, unfortunately, you got to keep trying until they answer. I don't have that time. I work 2 jobs. I do this. I do that. I got a family. I mean, it's hard for some people to do this. And we do understand that because in a perfect world, ring, ring, hello, I don't have my ballot.
Right.
Here's my name, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. But that's a perfect world. You know what I mean?
Just do it like this. There's Bill Shanahan's number. You guys read it on there. Take it take a picture, send it to them, right? Do the whole bit, put your address on there, get your ballot in there quick, right? Document it. That's how easy it is, right? I got Bill Shanahan's email, right? I know how to get it off the Teamsters website. It's real simple, right? If you don't get in touch with him on the phone, email him. It's just that simple.
Right.
Email him.
Right.
You can contact him. The website has the ability to contact. Go contact him. Right.
Right.
But is he going to answer the email?
Get the phone numbers. And
I would
send
send
the
a carrier
information
pigeon.
to your business agents or your shop steward and say, please pass this along, right? I didn't get my ballot yet. Can you please pass this along? They're supposed to make a reasonable effort to get those ballots out, correct?
Right.
Right?
Right.
So the question is, in this whole process come November 4th, the big question for Peter Marks is, did Bill Shanahan and them do their job to make it that reasonable effort for the people that are calling a halt and didn't get a ballot yet, right? How many people called up? Who's documenting the information, right? They got to have it written down. I'm pretty sure that Trish does it, you know what I mean, and writes it all down.
Right.
But who's following up to go and inspect that particular issue, right?
Right.
I think it's.
See.
They might be doing a job. Don't get me wrong, because people sometimes tell me like this, right? The one guy said, I didn't get my ballot. Then I went home and I looked through my mail, and then there it was, right? There it is, right? So you got to be thorough when you're checking through the mail too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
it's a mutual effort to make that happen.
I had when they gave me my ballot, it was surrounded by all those mailers we had.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't like
paying attention,
I was like, oh man, just mailers, man. Let me just throw them away or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I had to go through each one of them. Then it was right in the middle of it all. You know what I mean? So yeah, you gotta do your part. You know what I mean? But still, even though the people are calling. The issue that I have is that too, but the people who do have the ballot, and it's more of those people who have the ballot that just not even voting.
See, too, Hooker, right? They're supposed to make it a reasonable effort to get that address, right?
Right.
So when they put out the notice of elections flyer, right, and that went to people's house, they had to get return mail, just like you've got return mail as well, right?
Right.
So if those two match up and no one went into the center, because they have the center name, the person's name, that information is available to them through the hall, right? If they didn't get the shop steward to go and say, hey, listen, Timmy over here, we got to return his ballot. Can you make sure he get his correct address so we ship it to him correctly? Right. It's that simple of a situation. But you know, Trish should be making that communication to him, right? Or they should have put another person on the hall just to make sure that happens, and not even full time, just part time.
But let's be realistic of everything. Everybody that had not received their ballot. Did you pay union dues this week? Did you pay it last week?
Yeah.
How about the week before?
Yeah.
You gotta keep going back and back and back. They take the money from you. They make sure they get that, right? God forbid that stops. What they do? They double dip. They take it twice in 1 week. So why not get your ballot? I had somebody tell me, the one lady said she was there 16 years. And I just happened to see them. I was speaking to them when I was leaving. I was speaking to her son first, and I didn't know it was her son. And I had a T-shirt, and I gave him a T-shirt, had him in size. I gave him a cup. I gave him a bunch of stuff we were giving out. And I was like, oh, did you happen to get your ballot? Yes. Oh, did you vote? No, not really. Do you understand what's going on? And I explained my, campaign and speech. I'm on the ballot, so on and so forth. So then his mom was like, oh, did you get the ballot? No, I didn't. I was like, hold on. She was like, yeah, I've been here 16 years. That's my son. And he's been here a year. He got his ballot. I didn't get my ballot. And we live in the same house. So does that make any sense? I mean, the veterans that haven't moved, that's been in the same house, and this has happened with multiple veterans that I spoke to, some 30 years, some 25. Jim Hughes, they didn't get it. He's been in the same house forever. He had to call up and get it. But here's the thing. Why is this going on? It's starting to look a little fishy. It's starting to look a little crazy that some of these people aren't getting their ballots. And it seems that the people that want to vote aren't getting their ballots. The people that don't want to vote, they got them and been holding on to them.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. I don't want it to come down to the fact that people just don't vote. They got the ballot. They got them. I talked to, like I said, we've been calling over the last 2 weeks about 2,300 people. And a lot of those people got the ballot, but just haven't voted. And that's a big issue, because if Monday come, somehow these guys get back in there, guess who's gonna be the first to complain about everything? Mm-hmm. Those people who didn't vote, the people who let the ballot sitting on the refrigerator and all this other kind of stuff.
I got another important issue, right? Just for everybody here that wants to know, right? The bylaws are posted out there about automobiles, right? And the word personal use, right? what does everybody think personal use is, right? I want to understand what you think personal use is, right?
My thoughts is anything that does not have to deal with work. So, for example, if I want to take the family out or something, I take them out there.
Go to the supermarket, go to the doctors, you go on the weekend, whatever, to the store,
anything
whatever.
that doesn't pertain to work and your job.
Work and job, right?
Yeah.
So if, let's say a union official was out campaigning and used the car that day, would you consider that personal use, or would you consider that them using the vehicle to get the job?
I would consider that personal use because they are off the clock to campaign. So what was told to me is that they have. What was told to me is that they can't be on the clock to campaign. They have to take a sick day, a personal day, or a vacation day to campaign. So with that being said,
that's not the issue.
If you're doing that, it's personal use.
This is your personal use for a time, right? So you would approve of, let's say, a business agent using the vehicle to run a business from. You would consider that personal business, right?
Yeah, that's personal.
You would say that's personal. If they ran a whole entire business and they were using it 3 days a week or whatever.
Yeah, that's a different situation. Because now they're making money off the vehicle.
Then they're making money off the vehicle, right? Yeah. Is that business or is that personal? Right?
That's personal.
You're using the vehicle to go make a personal. You think that's personal, right?
Yeah.
So I personally think
sounds like Uber to me.
If they're using the vehicle to go make money off of, that's no longer you're using it for personal use. You're using that for business purposes, and that's
but it's not business for the union.
Right.
You talk about personal. I'm thinking about anything does not have to do with the
your
union.
Job,
the union, right?
Right.
Especially
Anything outside of the union is personal use.
Would you think the membership would be okay if, let's say, one of these guys wanted to run for political office and they use the car the whole entire time for their campaign?
No, I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be okay with that. If it was up to a vote, I would vote against that.
Right. So, like, say, for instance, there's some kind of political organization that you deem no benefit to us, really, because you can't see there's any kind of benefit to us. There's no... It's being here, right? Let's say it's TNBC, for instance, right? There's a large African-American community here at 623, right?
Right.
How many times have you seen TNBC at our facility trying to raise awareness with this African-American community, other than Izzy talking about it at the Union Hall, right?
Right.
Really, we all know that the majority of people don't go to the hall. There's never been a letter sent out. They might post it on the bulletin board, but as you all know, people punch in and punch out and go home.
Right.
Right? Some people don't even look at the union bulletin boards.
Right.
So
there's a union bulletin board?
So, yeah, there is one. Yeah. So if you get what I'm trying to say here, there's no direct correlation to what, like Jumbo said, what has TNBC done for 623, right? We have a very large amount of members, large African-American population cited, right?
Right.
What has TNBC got to organize those guys? What kind of information has they put out other than have a chapter meeting over here, which people come, but they're coming from all over, correct? Right?
Right.
They're not just coming from local 623, right?
Right.
So if you have a large community, why aren't you going down there at people's lunchtime and trying to get people organized then and there, right? Hey, listen, this is the TNB saying, we're going to be in the cafeteria today. We're going to take an hour at a time. This is what it's about. This is what we're organizing. Here's some helpful information to pass along to your co-workers, right? To get people enthused and kind of share and talk about what's going on in the workplace, right? Mm-hmm. Organizing the workplace starts first with sharing information.
That's the key right there. That's how you win. You have to organize the membership. And you know, we do it as a group, but as far as our people, man, that our incumbents, they listen. This has been the most I've ever seen any activity from our incumbents ever. I'm talking about being at the gates as much as I'm talking about contracts. They have never been at the gates talking to anybody this much.
Other than election time.
That's it.
But no, not even during last election.
They didn't do that.
They was out there maybe 1 or 2 nights.
Right. And so my issue is this. Now, Clarence,
Clarence, how many times that key change or something like last time, or the lanyards, and when they ran out, they were done.
Right. Now, how many times did we ask those guys to come out to check out the building on a Saturday?
We've asked numerous times during shops.
Right.
Numerous.
Now, they can come out there and campaign on a Saturday, but they can't go into the operation and police the contract. Now, we've been asking that for I don't know how long. So let this be a lesson to everybody that's on the fence. These guys are only going to come out and try to be...
to get your vote.
Right.
Come back and get a six-figure salary.
That is it. It has nothing to do with you
at all. We want you to keep us in office.
If they really want your vote, they'll do the job all
year long.
Not
all
just
3 years.
Contract time. You do the job all year.
Right. Cause I mean, cause the thing about it is, it was so, my eyes was opened up one time. I was out there with them, the incomers, right? They had to go to a hearing. Did the hearing and came back out and started campaigning again. So I'm thinking to myself,
hold it.
Why?
So
why can't you?
There's a question, right? Are they campaigning on a union dime? Right? Like, oh wait, so do I have to go in and do this meeting now? You plan to go down to campaign and then have a meeting, so you're getting paid for that time?
See?
Are you picking up that hour or two a day? Are you getting an 8-hour day?
It's not a truck. It's not like a tractor trailer job. You know what I mean? When you're driving and you drive 150 miles and you got to do your post trip or during pre-trip or whatever.
Yeah.
You log into that and log out.
But you know what, though?
You can't do that as a union rep, right? You don't log out.
Right.
Oh, I'm campaigning and log in.
This is the thing that kind of made me like,
Listen, the phone calls can wait. I know people don't want to hear this, but when you're out campaigning, the phone calls can wait for a day, or they can schedule their day accordingly, where they can move their time around. Say, hey, listen, I put in my 8-hour day from 12 o'clock noon to 8 o'clock here. This was my day. This is when I answered the phone calls I had. And this block of time here, I was working, you know, as campaign time, right? I wasn't doing anything union related till after 12 o'clock, and I took the phone call after 12 o'clock because I have to separate the two.
Right.
I can't do both at the same time. I got to separate the two.
But
and I think that's respectable for people and members, because as you know, the Bible says, right? They can't really kind of do things that impair member services, right? Isn't that what it says about? Right. So, at the same token, there needs to be some kind of, I don't know, adjustment there. Like, there has to be an adjustment.
Right.
Two, as we all know, inside this whole election process, right? Certain slates came into the Oregon Avenue facility, right? And you know, as I said before, I can't come in there. Hooker, did you think you could come in Oregon Avenue?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Did you think you could come in Oregon Avenue?
I would never attempt because I'm not an employee there. That's my whole thing. I mean, I'm an employee at the Air Hub. So my thing is, I'm not going to enter.
If you go inside there, you'd be worried about first getting fired from your airport job, right?
Well, I mean, trespass runs across my mind because I'm not an employee there. So if they really wanted to go that deep into the vortex, I'm not an employee there, and I'm on their property.
The question is that you have a right to the work that's there. So you have a right to inspect to make sure you're not getting grieved against. Because obviously, and I told this to Shanahan when I was down on workman's comp, right? There was work that I could have did, which would have adjusted maybe more in my workman's comp rate, right? But you didn't go in and take a look and know where it's at. I came back in 2 seconds and said, yo, think. Here we go. The guys are eye-spotting like this. I could have did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's another one for you. I could have go in and did the data corrections like they got the supervisors doing, a.k.a. some other supervisor that I know, right? Does it every day.
Right.
Goes in. And then they had the full-time managers going over there doing it right in front of everybody's faces. No one realizes that that's bargaining unit work.
Right.
The package has already been in UPS's care. Once the package hits the UPS's gates, it's UPS's, and we get the process to work to effectuate delivery. Right. Not like, oh well, you're not going to do it. It's kind of great. It's not great. Right. Anything that has to do with the delivery of the package is what it is. Right. They have an app. It's called Snaps. Right. Where they have to do some kind of adjustment to fix the system or whatever, so the packages can be delivered, right? My question is that bargaining unit work, right? These are like the cake jobs that you could possibly contend that are possible union work, right?
Right.
Who's going after it, right? They got the PDS clerks. The UPS gets to assign the work, right? I got no problem with them assigning work. I got a problem with them fixing the computer glitches and stuff to effectuate delivery. That's what I have. That's the issue I have. Because that, as I become older, as everybody in here gets older, and you want jobs that kind of protect the body as you get older, that's the work that's available, right? That's the work that you could transition, and maybe, because the pension, no sign of getting back to 25 and out at any age, or 30 out at any age. We got to be there to 55, and who knows what's going to happen. If the stock market really takes the tank, is it really going to get bumped up to 60 or 57? No one knows. Matter of fact, you told us to vote yes for a pension, and you couldn't identify when it's going to be rejoined up.
But they didn't even tell us anything about it, though.
I'm hooked from the train, per se.
You know what I mean? They didn't even tell us about why it was a shortfall. You know, and like I talked to members at Oregon Avenue. You know this, like I know this. There's so many people, so many part-timers who are misclassified, working those full-time hours, but not getting those pension contributions or the full-time seniority.
That's right.
You see what I mean? So if I know the pension's in trouble, and I know this, I know it, why would I go to UPS when not having my ducks in a row?
Listen,
if I know this is an
ducks in a
issue,
row, why wouldn't I file a grievance first when I know the pension?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
First of all, evaluate. Say, listen, maybe I can do your spot here, right? Maybe I don't need the whole 60 cents. Maybe you can give me the other 200 jobs you've been sitting on, and everybody's working full time, whatever the number may be.
Right.
I can tell you that, from what we heard gathered from down Oregon Avenue, right? There's probably 30 right there in that building alone.
Right.
Now they're going to have another sort open up. You don't think people aren't going to double from the preload to the day sort or the day sort to the twilight on a routine basis? Come on.
Yeah, you have to do your job, before you go into
the
negotiations.
shops do it first. They're supposed to be notified when this work occurs, because when it occurs on a regular basis, they have the first line of defense in making sure that job gets posted, so somebody doesn't work for years on end as a part-time employee working full-time hours. They're truly the first line of defense in that nature, because the average person coming in is not going to know that rule, or is going to know the collective bargaining agreement to even get that done. That has to be communicated from the top down. This is what you're watching for. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to protect our pension. Right? Not happening. Because
there was at least two locals who I know of in the last couple months who had a situation where part-timers were misclassified, filed a grievance, and now these guys are full-timers. Just that quick. 322 did it in Richmond. 804 did it in New York City. These guys are proactive, and guess what? 322 has new leadership. 804 has new leadership. So these things happen.
Do you think that that's a chain reaction from what 804 was the first to do it, right? Do you think that Richmond was the thing, or also the stuff too that got posted on Facebook, kind of like people open their eyes and say, wait, hold it, we kind of got that too.
Right.
Let's go make sure there's some accountability to the process, and let's go get these guys things.
How about that?
Like I tried to tell the one guy at work, I said, the grievance that I wanted to file wasn't about so much as creating a full-time position. It's about getting the full-time seniority.
Yeah.
That is the key grievance here that's more important, because then now you can bid on stuff.
Right.
When the opening comes up, boom. You might be a cover employee for whatever, how long, right? But there's opportunities now you can bid on it. You won't get passed over because you're full-time. A guy could go in on a package car, be there 1 year. You could be there 10 years. That guy, the package car guy, gets the first opportunity to take the job because you didn't stick up for yourself and get the full-time seniority you deserve.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's and those things need to be addressed, because if I know, like we just talked about, if the pension is in trouble and I haven't done my job as the principal officer or the e-board going after these, then I can't come back to my members and say, you don't vote yet the first time. They're gonna take part of your raise and put it to the pension. Especially when I haven't done my job.
Why would you even agree to the language that even said that in there? I wouldn't even took it back to the membership. I would have been like this. I would have said, listen, my man, under the pension trust fund agreement, you have to make those contributions. Ding, ding. That's what no one told you in the whole grand scheme of things. UPS is trying to negotiate with something they've already mutually agreed with the pension fund on how to handle. And they're trying to tell you, oh, no, wait a minute. Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go back into...
if you vote no, they got to do this. No. You already agree with the pension drawing that you got to do it.
Let's go deeper into that. It's like you got to think about this. Once, you see, UPS always has a method to their madness. Everything they do, they're playing chess all the way. They're seeing what they can do, how far they can go, how far you'll let them go, and if it'll work, they'll do it again.
Right.
So if you guys think that they won't come out again with some bogus offering, like if you vote this down the first time, or you vote this through the first time, you get X. If you vote it down, you ain't getting that. You got to pay, or this, that, and the third. You guys are sadly mistaken.
I can tell you this right off the bat. UPS is going to give us the worst thing they can, because they know the IBT is in their pocket.
That's absolutely.
After what they did with taking our votes away, they're not going to come to the table and say,
"It's going to be a lot of fighting."
Because why would you? I know what you're going to do to your own members.
Yeah, I'm looking at the IBT Constitution. I know that not everybody votes, and even if they vote no, you're going to have to ride with us, because lo and behold, nothing's going to happen. That's why Ron Carey didn't worry about what everybody said. He said, no, listen, we're striking.
That's right, right.
This is more about a stance about a few key issues that are going down here. and he did a lot of things that were positive in that strike, right?
Right.
He got made sure that every UPS facility was automatically a Teamster facility. That's highly overlooked, right? So there was no organizing involved.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, we got a new building in Newcastle. Who's got the Newcastle building? Some Teamster local somewhere, right? The one that's making $14 to $18 an hour to start. That's a good thing, right? Everybody's missing the point. $18 an hour to start in Newcastle, right? Listen, bing, bing. They're getting each contractual general wage increase. Just so you guys all realize that. They're going to get that because they're over the $14 right off the bat.
Right.
They get those general wage increases while others don't. New hires.
Right.
Right? They're going to get that bump. Not everybody's going to get that bump.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So you guys got to vote, man. Everybody that hasn't voted yet, we really urge you, we encourage you to send those ballots. And like I said, we done called about 2,300 people over the last 2 weeks. A lot of those people have not turned those ballots in. They haven't sent them in at all. They got them, but they have not voted. I have no idea why, what you're waiting on, but you got to vote. You have to vote. It's just that simple.
We have about 14 people watching on our live stream. Now, out of the 14 people, did everybody vote? I know it's a small number, but if you didn't vote, what are you waiting for? What's the problem? Like, is there anything we can do to help you make a decision? Because I understand that some people, like the biggest thing that been coming to me is that I don't know who these people are. Well, that's kind of hard if you don't know who we are because we're there all the time. But the whole thing is, if you don't know who we are, we're more glad to tell you who we are, you know, how long we've been here, so on and so forth, and what position we're running for. Because I know that's a hard thing. Some people don't even know the positions in the union. People don't understand what an e-board is and incumbents and all this stuff. It's overwhelming, you know, at times, especially when you're coming out of work or going into work and you got 3 slates and you think they're all together. That's another thing.
Right, but check this out. It's funny. It's funny you said that. One of the members who was in the situation that you in, right? She was like, she said, "Well, are all you guys together?" Yeah. Because in the incumbents, and I said, "Listen, we all are one union. Yes, all of us are together." And one of the people on the e-board was like, "Oh no, we're not with them." And I'm trying to get the young member, give her to understand, yes, we are together. We're fighting against UPS. I'm not against the incumbents.
You hit it right on the button, Richard. Right? Listen, we might be on different slates, but our goal is to fight UPS.
Exactly,
right?
And that's what I was trying to
say. As soon as they say, "I'm not with you," are they really going to fight UPS for you?
Exactly.
That's really the message. And that's the message that should hit home in someone's head and click and say, "Oh, wait a minute."
And that was
Did he just say we're not together?
Right.
So if he's got a grievance on my behalf, that means he's not going to go sell it. That's the kind of political rhetoric that people should pay attention to, right?
That's the thing about it. You have to know where you at all times.
Yeah.
We are on UPS property in the front of their building. Supervisors come in and out of that building all the time.
Yeah, and they go back and talk.
Because check this out. Right before I went on vacation, man, they were really trying to hit at me about these flyers that was going around. Hey, Hooker, man, what's all these flyers? Wait, what's going on, man? They were trying to get some information. I'm like, listen, this is what they're supposed to do. That's all I kept giving them. They was like, Hooker, what you mean? I said, this is what they're supposed to do. We're getting ready to do something special. I said, and I even flipped it on them. I said, before you became a manager, there were some obstacles in your path before you became one.
Yeah.
This is just an obstacle that we're going to have to overcome before we get elected.
Yeah.
Okay, Hooker, I understand what you're saying. But then, the other day I was out there, right? And this is what I want people to understand. The managers and labor managers that we work for in this district, they are really paying attention to this election. They are really with magnifying glasses. They are watching this, and I'm telling you, I was out there the other day. Cameron Donovan came up, which is the labor manager. He came up and said, Hooker. No, I said, hey, how you doing, Cameron? He said, Hooker, man, you guys got an election on November the 4th. I'm thinking to myself, man, why would you care about our election? You have nothing to do with this. I mean, why? And so he says, November 4th, right? I said, yeah. He said, are you guys going to find out that day? I said, yeah. He said, okay. Then he went into the building. I'm thinking to myself, why would the labor manager care about our union election?
It makes sense, though, because he needs to know. It's just like with sports. You want to know your opponent.
Right.
So he needs to know who he's going to face come January. Is it going to be the E-board is in now, where as though he know he can get what he want to get?
Right.
Because like now Cameron, for instance, know he dealt with us already.
Exactly.
He know what he got when he dealt with us.
Exactly.
So his biggest thing is, if these guys win, how am I going to have to deal with them?
Right.
So that's smart. So if UBS is smart, which they are,
Am I going to
they
save
are
money
definitely
off
paying
other
attention.
people's grievances? Is that what's going to happen?
Right.
Or is that going to end, and then all of a sudden I got to worry about really what the big problem is turnover inside the building, because I really can't crack down the whip either, because I can't keep nobody to begin with.
Right.
Can't keep nobody.
Right.
I'm shuffling through half of the state of Pennsylvania just to kind of keep people inside here.
Right.
But the thing is, labor is about making money.
Yeah.
So like even with grievances,
Yeah.
they want to know how hard they're going to have to fight grievances.
Right.
How many grievances.
Right.
So they can care less really about turnover because they can get other people in at a lower cost. The basic reason is, who am I going to have to negotiate the next contract with? Who am I going to have to go on hammers with as far as grievances? How much are they? Like, everybody know you fight grievances, you put them in. They know we fight and we put them in. So that's going to magnify if we get elected. And they know that.
It's basically, who am I taking out to dinner and who am I taking in the boxing ring?
Exactly.
That's how it's going to be.
Exactly.
You're
Right.
taking
And
us
that's
to
a
the
good look
boxing
at it.
ring. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's why, if y'all remember when we was out there with the CEO came out there.
Yeah,
he was out there.
me and you were out there.
Bob Cow, he kept
coming at Hawkeye
kept Hawkeyeing us.
Grabbing our literature.
Because the reason why
there.
he saw that, hold on a minute, these guys actually got people's attention.
Oh, yeah.
Drivers kept coming up talking
Absolutely.
to us. They kept signing their name on the paper.
Absolutely.
They kept talking.
I think it would've been
and now all of a
very
sudden now
interesting.
is,
When he was out
We
there,
got some issues
like
now.
3 or 4 drivers came up. Oh, Hook, you got my vote, and you guys do this, blah blah blah. When you hear that, it's
When
all.
the CEO comes in,
Yeah.
got it. The better part was if we would have sit and highlighted some of the problems that we had within the local the same day the CEO came to the thing and said, "Yo, here, can you take a look at this, right?" And pass it out to most other people.
That was
so when
our
he goes
biggest
in
fear.
there, right? Are they going to pop that on us, right? Like that would have been the best flyer to have in a lifetime. They would have been like,
They
"Oh
would've been going
my,
crazy.
oh no, he did it."
he came
Because
out there
now all
like-
of a sudden, their job's going to come under scrutiny. Oh wait,
Right.
what have you been doing? You're supposed to be bargaining in good faith. So you purposely cheating people over here? Is that the scam is, right?
Right.
Because if you call certain things in order, right, like, hey, we got guys working full time, but they're not getting the full time recognition. So that means they're not getting the wages they earn. Is that an unethical act? UPS has to decide that, right?
See, that was
they
the
have
biggest
to
fear
decide
right
those
there.
little itty bitty things like, hey, we got some minor issues. Employee X is doing blah blah blah. He's usually no noise out of him. He should be a good person. We're gonna let him go about his way, right? But we got to tell him, you can't be doing this all the time because we're gonna, someone's gonna come back at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the respect that you should have in the process, right?
Right.
You talk to people. That's why there's doing wrong. The progressive discipline process, right? Come over, talk back. Hey, Bagley, listen. You had some missiles the other day, right? We're gonna make sure we try to clean that up, right? Oh, Bagley, you didn't clean it up. It's been like 2 weeks later. You still missile in the same pace every day, right? So we gotta go clean it up, right? That's the center level hearing, right?
Right.
Then it's a warning letter. Then it's a 1 day, 3 day, 5 day discharge, right? There's so many steps in the process. If the guy doesn't clean it up, you gotta wonder, was the guy really paying attention?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Does he really want to work here? You can't fault somebody when you give him, 5, 6 tries in a row to kind of clean up the problem. But each
you also
problem
have
itself
to,
should be by itself. It shouldn't be like attendance and missiles tied in together either.
Right, I know, but that's what they try to do. They try to, you got a problem with attendance, but today you had a missile.
It used to be that way.
I know.
It used to be that way.
I know.
And we know when to change.
Yep, yes
It
we
used
do.
to be that way.
Yes we do. Yes we do.
It used to
We
be.
fought that. I don't know how many times we
But
fought
the
that.
contract says it. In order to get a suspension, you have to have a warning letter for
for
said
that
agreement.
for that
said penalty.
offense, right?
So when you say failure to follow instruction, and you remember we talked about that
Yep,
before.
yep.
How they try to use everything as failure to follow instruction.
Under that umbrella,
so,
yep.
so if you call out, that's failure. How's that failure to follow instruction from calling out? That makes no sense.
Listen, you got to just like they read the contract and our master's book to go against us. We got to do the same because everybody, the book goes 2 ways now. It goes for us, and it goes for them. We got to understand that we can use it too. And people don't understand that. They just sit there and they go, oh, I got in trouble. Well, yeah, you got in trouble, but do you know why? Do you know you could fight back? Do you know that they were in the wrong?
But that's not even the problem. The problem is we know what the book says, but it's being interpreted a different
Yeah.
way.
Different way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They word it for them. That's why I'm trying to say. Like, they use it for them when we should be using it for us.
No, but I'm saying, but the union is doing
Oh,
it.
the union?
Especially-
Yeah. Oh,
and
absolutely.
You should know that.
Oh, yeah.
This situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with that
yeah.
day, that Monday. Oh.
I said that's the problem. It's like the contract is so vague now that they can manipulate it however they want. They can say, "Well, this is not for you. This is for this Oregon Avenue." Y'all in the same union,
Right.
But this guy get this or this building get
Yeah, it
this.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Because,
it's all
you-
dependent what side you're on too. Because if you 1 week they're giving it to this person, the next week, oh, you can't get that. Well, I beg to differ. My coworker got it. Oh, well, no. They had a different issue. Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself.
Right.
And I was told that.
Now, but one union should be one union.
Right, it's one
rule
local.
for every what applies to you should apply to all.
Everybody.
That's
Right,
how
it
it should work.
It should. All right, good people, we're going to get ready and do this drawing. We got to do it off the air. We don't want to violate no rules. So we're going to do it on this break. Coming back off the break, we're going to continue to talk about the importance of this election. People got to vote. So you're listening to WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter Radio.
Hey, Jim, was that an extra one you got?
No, this is mine. I just wanted to know if you wanted to use this just to show them, look, you know, it's still not.
Where is that?
No, I'm gonna hand deliver it.
Nah, you got.
to the post office.
Go to the post office up to the
Near the hall. You
near the hall.
Right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take it there myself.
Oh, okay.
But I text you guys, like, just reiterate that.
Yeah.
Look, it's never too.
All right, y'all, we get ready to do this drawing.
All right, now listen. If all these people voted for us,
We win.
Woo!
Going away with it.
Now Hooker's going to pick this,
I'm
and
gonna
I
pick it.
shook it up. This is everybody collected, Jumbo, everybody on our team. All right,
I ain't looking.
here goes the pick for the TV 43-inch Vizio.
What we got here?
All right, number, name.
Hermione 267-283-5263. So I guess we'll call Hermione after the show. Let that member know that they have a 43-inch TV. All right.
Here we go.
Yep.
And this is probably from, I know it's from the red tickets. So,
It's one of my guys.
All right.
Is
All
it?
right. All
Oh,
right. All right.
James Hughes.
He's actually one of the new guys that just came up.
All right.
Okay. All right.
He's a feeder driver then. Oh, so
All right.
feeder
Fisher, you
driver.
got a TV, man.
There we go. 43-inch television. Very simple.
The guy that can use it. He's going through the progression right now, guys. The
Good.
4-year progression.
Well,
So,
now he's a 43-inch TV owner.
All right, good
There you go.
people.
You could text him.
We're
something
back.
on the
We're
news.
back. You're listening to WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio,
See, just
giving you
like
another
that.
live edition of the 623 Lives Matter show. We have myself, Romeo,
Yes.
Bagby, Hughes,
Espo.
over there. Listen, guys, Monday is the day. We count the ballots on Monday. It looks like, if we go off of what you guys been saying, we're going to walk away with this hands down. But I know from past experience, 3 years ago, we heard some of the same rhetoric and everything, and 37 votes later, we still got these same guys in office who took a seat. And I think that we also opened the eyes to a lot of people. There were more people that voted against our incumbents, and a lot of changes that you see on our board happen because of what we continue to do. And I believe this wholeheartedly. Morris, Malley, who's the other one? Whartonby. They would not have quit, stepped down, or whatever, if it wasn't for these guys that you see here. And if it wasn't for the members showing us their support. Because there was no reason.
Rattling the
Right.
cages. I
There
mean,
was no reason why those guys would have quit. But because of what we've done and because the members have shown their support for us, those guys know that this was it for them. Me and Clarence had a conversation with Morris and Whartonby when we was trying to figure out, could we work together on some things. And they actually, they told us all kind of stuff. And they told me in class that we would never win. Never. If we kept to our morals. Class, am I lying?
We were told that if more than one slate ran against the incumbents,
all the time,
we had no chance of winning.
Right.
And I remember sitting at that meeting, and I said, I'm not going to lose who I am because then I'm selling myself out.
Right.
So if I sell myself out, what am I going to do to the membership?
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like the outcomers did to us now. They sold our vote to the company, and look at how we feel as though we're being sold out.
Right. Right.
So it is a domino effect.
If you're doing a good job, we're not sitting here. Put it that way. 'Cause
Exactly.
Everybody said that. It's like we get voted in. People that are thinking about running now, that goes bye-bye. A lot of people go, wow, okay, well, everything's changed.
Right.
And I've been told that. Like, I've been thinking about running, okay. Well, if you guys get in and you guys do a good job, I'm not going to run. Why would I run?
Right.
Because you're doing a good job.
And that's the key.
Now,
You know, I wasn't even going to run because remember we talked about that before.
Yeah.
If when George was in there, if they were doing the job that they said they were going to do, because I heard you talking about earlier about how we decided to run against them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We were with them back in 2013.
Right.
Once we found out the health stuff wasn't the way they said it was, that's when we started to slowly progress into where we are today. So if they were doing the job or continue to do the job, like I said, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Right, because it's a lot of those fundamental and foundational things. The reason why I felt like, we had to do something, because if I put a video up with we did with Abe yesterday. We did an interview with him, and he said something in there, man, that really kind of bothers me a lot. If, for an example, Izzy, have no problem with him personally at all, but it was during, I think it was 2015 class, somewhere around there. You remember when we had got those cards to promote the 623 event page?
Yes.
And we were standing outside with Ron Bennett.
Yep.
Izzy comes up to me and says, and it was during lunchtime. I'm trying to eat. He says, Rich, you guys cannot be seen with Ron Bennett. And I'm like, why? What's going on? We're trying to promote something for the members because they're not coming to the hall. They're not
At that
coming.
time, we wasn't even running.
Right. We were just trying to get members involved. So when we was talking, he was talking all this stuff, but man, you can't be seen with Ron Bennett. It doesn't look good.
did he give you a reason?
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good?
You guys are supposed to be with us. And I said, Izzy, it has nothing to do with this. We're trying to get more members involved.
Ron was running at the time.
No. We wasn't running at nothing.
Not you.
No,
Ron Bennett
was.
Right.
So Bennett was running, and he was basically worried about you being seen with them, like you were backing them and not him.
Because what it was the 623 event page. We were trying to get more people to get involved with what's going on with 623.
Well, that just basically shows how you had a following back then, and you weren't even running. And
Right,
we
wasn't just trying to get more members involved. Mm-hmm. He says, "Oh man, you can't be seen with him."
It's almost like high school, a popularity
It doesn't look good. So I said, Izzy, it had nothing to do with elections, man. People not coming to the hall. People not wanting to get involved. We got to do something.
What happened when the people did come to the hall when they came for the bylaw?
Exactly.
What happened then?
They got yelled at by the same person.
So then I'm sitting here, and that's when stuff really started. It really started getting to me. Then why would a person on the board get mad? We're standing with another member, trying to promote
another brother.
Right.
We're
trying to promote participation from the members, because that's what they always talk about. We need more people. We need more people. Okay, doing it your way ain't working.
But the thing is, do we need more people, or do we need people that you want, not just
Exactly.
everybody?
Exactly.
Me, I want everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only way you win against this company.
You know what?
That's the only way you win.
I think they're complacent because when they get more people, that means they got to order more food.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I don't like the fact that a board member will stand against another member, and so I'm gonna put this out there for everybody to see. I appreciate everybody who's running. I want to wish everybody who's running well wishes.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to make this vow. This is me. I'm going to make this vow in front of everybody. Whoever wins this election, I hope it's us, but whoever wins, I'm going to stand behind for the simple fact that if we don't come together, we don't stop all this infighting, and we don't come together, then UBS is going to always win.
Always win.
We talked about how Cameron was out there.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching us.
And it's also if we're allowed to come together. If the same people win, they want.
But the thing is,
they want
They're
to
just as bad as the company. They want to keep us all, certain people excluded.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
Right.
they have the same company mentality, divide and conquer.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We all need to be in this
Right.
together.
Yeah.
I want to put that challenge
That's
out
where
to
the
everybody
strength
who's
lies,
winning.
right there.
Whichever slate wins is your responsibility to bring this union back together. Now, I know all these guys here, their main objective is to bring us together, to bring us together, make us stronger. So whoever wins this election, it's about the members. It's not about Rich. It's not about Romeo. It's not about none of us.
Right.
It's about everybody. So until we realize that, and until we stop infighting and dividing, we're dividing and conquering ourselves. You want to decide you want to run after this one in 2022, whatever case may be, then we worry about that then. But right now, we need to come together, show UBS that we are a union, we are strong, and that we are willing to fight against all the violations that they continue to do. So my challenge to slate that wins, your responsibility is to bring us all back together.
And now the funny thing is, like, when you're saying this, like, we're not doing it for ourselves, and I know I'm not. I mean, I'm running for a trustee, and that could be hit or miss with anything. Depends who wins. So basically, people are always saying to me, "What's in it for you? Why are you doing this? Why are you going so hard? Why are you doing this?" I'm like, for the members. I was like, because things need to change.
Right.
They're like, well, there's got to be some type of incentive in it for you, and I was like, not really. I was like, if Rich wins, and we all get in, it might be a little different because we have a good core group and we all work together.
Right.
So it might be a little different for me. But if I get in and they don't, I'm going to be the new Jumbo. I'm going to be on the e-board with a bunch of people that don't really like me, and it's just going to be another 3-year fight for me, and I'm going to be back in the hall. I mean, in work, just working every day. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I didn't do it to get out of work. Put it that way. There's no incentive for me. My incentive is to create a better brotherhood, like Clarence said. And when people say that, some people were like, "Well, I ain't voting because it's going to help you." Or help you as in.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's the whole thing. This is for you. It ain't just for me.
For all of us.
It's for all of us.
I think safer working environment, free of harassment.
When somebody told me that, I looked at them. I was like, wow, you really feel that way? They're like,
But
well,
I think
I'm helping somebody else.
Since we've done this, we've done actually everything that we set out to do.
Yeah,
we have,
and more, and then some, and then some.
We've educated more members. We engaged more members.
Oh yeah.
The members have an outlet where they can get information 24/7. They don't have to wait for anybody. They know how to file grievances.
Yeah.
We changed the bylaws. We have our deals in place to bring everybody together. So everything that we've done it without being in office.
Yeah.
And that was
on
the
our
key
own
thing.
dime
That was
because
the key
we
thing.
want to.
But just in my challenge to the people that hasn't voted yet, just imagine if we were given that opportunity to be in office. If we'd done all this without being in office, just imagine what we could do if we were in office.
Yeah.
You already see that the labor division and the management, you already know they do not want us in there. I'm going to give you another example. One of our brothers from Oregon Avenue, because we was out there giving out these pink bracelets, and he got one. One of the managers saw this pink bracelet on one of our members. He looked at it and said, Richard Hooker. He said, no, we can't have that. This guy's trouble. And he texted me that message.
They said that about you?
Yeah, they know. The company knows if we get in, it's not going to be the same old stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be a walk in the park. But the thing about it is they know it's not going to be just sitting back and letting them do what they're going to do.
It's not going to be easy or a walk in the park for them.
Right, exactly. And they know that.
It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be hard for us to.
It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be
hard. It's going to be hard for us to change the perspective of how the union is looked at.
Exactly.
But
that's going to be the hardest part.
We are willing to do that step.
You got to do that. And I know somebody told me the other day, said, Hooker, if you guys get in, that first meeting, they're going to come after you.
Who?
Let them come.
You know what?
Let them come. We talked about this.
And the thing about it is, the people, and the thing is, the people who's going to come at us are the ones who were against us from the beginning. It's going to be the union members who are going to come at us.
Right.
It's going to be the incumbents, because you already see how they act towards members that are not with them.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's why I say, whoever wins this election, you got to bring the membership back together. We cannot keep having
Right, you can't.
certain people on this side, certain people on that side. Because UBS, or what they're doing is they're picking and choose what side they want to go on,
Right.
and all they're doing is getting their agenda filled while we still fighting amongst each other.
Right.
So we have to come together.
So we have Jim Hughes here, and he has an example of the ballot, how it looks, and it's actually your ballot, correct?
Now, is a color thing an issue?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it up there because you may get a protest because it has to be
Now,
sampled.
the envelope is different.
The envelopes you can
Right,
do.
but the ballot you can't put
Yeah.
up there. You can't show. That's when I did the video. Yeah, when I did the video.
Colored it
It
out.
was all
Right.
black
It was
and
in
white.
black and white.
So,
Yeah.
so it
Really?
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's real stickler about that
Yeah.
stuff.
But
Well, just so they know
Yeah.
what they're looking for. Hold that.
So this
envelope
is
out
basically
there.
what you're looking for. I know we're on the radio. It's basically an envelope, and it says official election ballot enclosed, open immediately. And that's what you're looking for, everybody. If you have this sitting on your end table,
It's not too late.
on
Open
the
it up.
fridge, it's important information for your job. So what you do, you open it up, and you get a yellow piece of paper with
Right.
all the slate names on it, because I can explain to you that, because we can't show you that.
Right.
So it has Richard Hooker, hashtag 623 Lives Matter slate, all our names down the bottom. Has the same thing for 623 Strong, Unity, and Reform. So that's what it has.
Hold it. One more thing, right?
Yes.
Real quick. James Hughes. You
Yes.
can tell me. This is you in the feed department, right? 4108 is above the top rate for package car drivers right now. How do you feel about
package car
Harrisburg?
drivers as well as feeder drivers, yeah.
Feeders, right? Harrisburg is hiring seasonal shifters in the yard at 4108 an hour, according to an ad placed online by UPS. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but isn't that a contract violation?
Listen to the
Right.
rates
Yeah.
are a minimum. It's the whole point why I wrote my case.
Right.
Rates are a minimum. And then to be the highest standard, right? So that means you always got to look to the highest way,
Right.
not the lowest way,
That's crazy.
but the highest way when figuring out wage calculations, right? And that's the issue that we have here. But you elaborate on this particular thing, because obviously there's a lot of market rate adjustments in the feeder department, more so than probably any other department that there is across
Yeah.
the country due to the feeder shortages that are going on while we have part-time
It's
members
okay, Espo,
that
enough.
clearly are
Espo,
part-time
why
members
don't you
who take that
elaborate
job.
on this?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
So let me get the
Okay.
green one. So on the
No,
yellow
he-
ballot.
Don't you touch. He got
Oh,
anything
okay.
inside the envelope. He got to touch.
So here you go. You come over here.
So the ballot, okay.
Cause man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get back to that. I'll
just
get
can't
back
show
to that.
the
So
back
here's
of
the
ballot.
green envelope.
Let me put that
Yeah,
down.
I forgot.
Yeah, man.
So once you mark
You
off
know,
on
look-
the ballot, okay?
Yeah.
This is the secret envelope that you're putting it in.
And you're here.
All right. I know you got to read backwards,
Yeah,
but
so it's a secret ballot. That's basically what it says. It's like a mint green color, if you want to be precise. And what you do after you fill out your ballot, you check off, we recommend 623 Lives Matter. You have the right to do whatever you want, vote whoever you want individually. But if you put the X in there, you vote for all of us. You
Right.
fold it back up, you put it in the mint color envelope, which is the green one.
that's the secret envelope.
And
And
then-
then the secret envelope you put in this envelope here.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right. So that keeps everything anonymous.
Right.
Yeah, and that
With the-
it has the
Go ahead.
postage in it. The postage
Right.
stamp.
Postage
Right,
is
right.
free.
Yeah.
So everybody who's worried about
You're wasting
I don't
stamps.
want, not even that. Well, I'm nervous. I don't want these guys to retaliate. Listen, this is the process how it's going to work. They get the name. They look at the name to see if you're eligible.
And they go like this.
Then they take out the secret ballot, put it to the side, and they just put away the envelope that you're sending in.
Yeah.
Actually, they put them all in a pile.
Right, right.
Yeah, just to make sure you're eligible. So
Right.
it's all separate.
It's all
Yeah.
separate. So then, by the time they get back to the teal-covered envelopes, they have no idea who's who and what's what. They don't know who voted what and how they voted. So don't worry about these guys talking,
But-
oh, man.
but here's
I
the
don't
funny
want
part.
being retaliated
Let's
against.
go deeper into that vortex, because I was brought this. Me and James were talking about this. We had a little conversation. I love the vortex. The vortex is this wonderful place. But we were talking this weekend for at least a couple hours, and people were like, "We know that people are scared to get retaliated against." Okay, no, this is your chance to take their power away from them that they have now, where you feel that you're going to be retaliated against.
No.
Honestly, they have the power. They're in office, and if you feel this way, oh, they're not going to protect me. They're not going to do this. If I get in trouble, they're not going to be there. I hate to break
the reason to vote them out.
Exactly, but I hate to
More
break the news to you.
Absolutely right.
I hate to break the news to everybody. They're not doing that now. How many people do we know right now that got in trouble that didn't get their backing or got fired and have to go to panel
I lost quite a few friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Under this current administration,
and it's going up and up as we speak. So now, where is the why aren't you voting them out? I mean, me personally, like that's a lot. That's very alarming.
I'm gonna tell you why. One of their biggest supporters, and I think I told you before, but I ran into her again.
Okay.
I gave her a flyer with people in her area that said, "This is why we're voting these guys out of office. These guys been there a long time."
Yeah.
She reads it, looks at me. She's upset now. She looks at it and says, "You're right. We do need to change, but it's not going to happen." This is one of their supporters. Now, she knows it needs to be a change. So I'm outside, giving out flyers and stuff, and the chemicals is out there. She walks by, had one of their shirts on, and she was just hyping them up, like, woo-hoo, yeah. And I said, I'm thinking to myself, just yesterday, I gave you a flyer.
Yeah.
You said we needed a change. But those people, they scare me the most because they flip flop. You don't know which way they're gonna go. You know what I mean? I mean, she was like, yeah, she looking at it like that. Yeah, we do. They're right. We do need to change. But around the people in office, woo, she pumps them up.
put down the Kool-Aid, people. Put it down.
But another thing,
It's time to wake up.
And I think you told me this, Romeo. One of the guys that's running on the other slate says, going around telling people, don't vote for us because Hooker wants to change the world.
Yeah.
And we just want a level playing field.
But
man.
I'm gonna take it a step. What's wrong with that though? What's wrong with changing?
at least a level playing field.
But what's wrong with changing the way the labor world? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with changing that? I mean, I don't like the way we're in right now. I don't know you guys don't like it. So what's wrong with changing the world? What's wrong?
The
It's
problem
just
is
human nature. People don't like
I don't
change,
want-
but it's going to be for the better.
Right. I can't understand why people wants to keep everything in a box.
You know what? The biggest. I'm gonna go back into his word. I'm gonna go into the vortex.
Vortex. Love it.
If you are afraid of your union, who's supposed to protect you,
And
then
you're
that's a
paying
big
them.
problem.
Right.
So I'm paying you to protect me, but I'm afraid of you because if I don't do what you want me to do, then you're not going to back me. Then I'm not going to be protected. If that's the case, then that group should not be in office. Because my thing is, we've done. It's been times where people have not been with us, but we still will fight as hard as we would for anybody. Because every member deserves that.
Exactly.
That's what you get paid.
But check this out too, Clarence. Now you remember all those times where they was trying to figure out where we was at. They came up to us. Remember the whole thing they was going to offer this class?
Yeah.
And, well, if you're not with us, then we're not going to offer it to you. How many people have they told that to? And they probably was like,
It sounds like
You know what I'm
I
saying?
watched wrestling a lot, and in the '90s there was a group called the NWO, and they said either you're with us or against us, and that's it. And if you were with them, they loved you. If you were against them, they beat you up.
You know
now
what?
we know it's wrestling, but
the
still,
e-board should be: if you're with us, then you're with us. If you're not with us,
still with
then
you.
we're
Still
still
with
with
you.
you.
We're still with you.
Because we're paid to protect you.
right,
Yeah,
right.
seriously.
That's
Now-
what
now,
it should be.
The Vortex is a wonderful place, and I tell people, you pay people for this. You pay them. You pay their salaries. Now, imagine paying a roofer to do your roof. And it's like those commercials now. He's going to do a okay job.
Right.
Okay. No.
you fall in on it.
And then you're worried about this roof going to hold up the next rainstorm, and you're scared to death. But, you do your job of, like, paying this roofer and checking out his, make sure he's okay, his license, all that stuff. But you're still nervous wreck. And if something happens to the roof and you don't do nothing about it, you just, okay, well, it's going to leak and ruin all my stuff. Whatever, I paid for it. This is what I got.
Well, actually,
that's not how it works.
Didn't we pay for a new roof?
And the roof is still leaking.
Yeah, the roof.
And
Was that quoted correctly?
Yeah.
89,000?
89,000.
And that's a flat roof, right? No shingles or anything, right?
I don't know.
Not a decorative 89.
No solid bricks on the side either.
$89,000 expensive
Right.
for a roof that's still leaking.
Still leaking. But check this out, though. I'm gonna throw this in for free.
Hey, for free.
Throw this in for free.
Free.
the people who you elect will be in office during 2021. Guess what's going on in 2021, everybody?
Enlighten us.
IBT election. So, and you already know what these guys going to do. They're going to still back Hoffa, and they're going to still back everybody in the IBT. So you guys are going to have to make a decision. This is a long-term decision.
What was that quote from Shanahan in one of the meetings? He will not
do anything to undermine the IBT. They already know what he did in 2016. We protested in silence. Then they try to sabotage us to go down and make that whole. It was a whole big mess.
Oh man!
But they didn't protest when Hoffa won. They went to party with him.
Right. Exactly. So you guys got a lot of thinking to do. You guys got a lot of all those who haven't voted yet. You guys need to vote. It's very, very important. They count them on Monday. In 5 days, they count.
Whoa.
This is it.
It's over.
This is it right here.
This is the last show we're having before the big finale.
Right.
I mean, this is the season finale of the 623 Lives Matter show, and then we're going to start a whole new season next week. It's going to be a great season opener. Or
9 a.m. Monday morning. 9 a.m. Monday morning.
You guys write this script. Remember that you write this script. If we win, it's going to be a great season opener.
Just so you know, it starts at 9 a.m., but it's a long, drawn-out process. Right. So we won't know till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, depending on how many people vote, too.
The more people that vote, the longer it's going to be. I mean, I don't mind there being all day.
If everybody votes who should vote, it could take into the evening hours.
We could be there to Tuesday.
Could be till Tuesday.
Right. It is what it is, but I don't mind that because guess what? It just shows
means people voted.
Listen, I told everybody was coming up to me, Rome, how we look. I'm like, listen, on my end, we look great because I get nothing but positive, responses from the members, texts, emails, people coming up to me all the time. I was like, and if we got over 1,000 people to vote, I'm happy. You know why I'm happy? Because under 1,000 people voted last time.
Right.
Okay, so we got over 1,000. You know what? Pat myself right on the back because we did this. We went out there, we grinded, we got people to vote, and that was the main thing. To vote.
Yeah.
Now we had more time last time and under 1,000 votes. So we had less time this time. If over 1,000 people vote, that's one heck of an accomplishment.
People vote, man.
So what you say, Jim?
So what we got? We got about what? About 5-6 minutes left. We're gonna close it out. What you guys got left?
Before we go out?
I was just going to say, last minute voters, for the people that have called and they're getting their ballots a little late. Listen, which I'm sure the incumbents are banking on.
Mm-hmm.
You could either mail it in, or I guess that option's still available, right? You could actually deliver it yourself to the post office by the hall.
Right, post office.
Not to the hall.
Not to the hall, but to the post office by the hall.
Yeah, post office by the hall, because when you give it to them.
To make sure that it and I actually spoke to a couple feeder drivers that got theirs late.
Mm-hmm.
One driver got it on Saturday, and then another driver just got it Sunday, maybe.
Yeah.
And she's actually going to take it to the post office herself.
Okay, they have to take it. That's
Right.
I wish we could, because
it's not too late. It's not too late. If you haven't gotten one yet, don't get discouraged. Call. You could still get it before Monday. It's just got to be at the post office before Monday.
We know
9 a.m.
We know life is hard and things happen, and some people don't have only travel by bus, and
the sacrifice is important.
Yeah. So
what you got, Espo?
We're not going to protest in silence.
Yeah, exactly.
But come on, man. Come on over here, man.
They said they're not going to protest in silence if they lose the election. So.
Oh, yeah, you know that. You know that. They're going to be fired up down there, man.
My thing is, my challenge to whoever wins this election, bring this union back together. And my thing is, I hope we win, because I know for a fact that we will do that. So
because that's what we've been trying to do, bring them together.
It has to be, we cannot keep the infight. So whoever wins this election, please bring the members back together.
Now, I'm just going to say, everybody, this was one rough election for me because, it's a lot of sacrificing I had to do from family, sleep, handling my work because, we're still members here. Got to remember that. We don't get no bonus and no, anything but incentive to help the membership. So with that being said, I want to say thank you, everybody, to the people I've met. Thank you for the people I'm going to meet in this journey. It's amazing. Everybody's trusting me with information and helping them and everything. This has been amazing. I want to thank you for voting for me, voting for everybody on our slate. I hope we could come in to office and change everything like we said we're going to do, because if we can't get in, we can't do it. So if you guys vote, get us in, our promises will be kept. And that's what I can tell you guys.
We won't forget where we came.
Exactly. It's just like, that's the main thing I tell people all the time, because if you work in UPS, and I've been there 19 years, I mean, how many times everybody's seen a supervisor that was cool? You know, he was real nice, cool, calm, collective. He was nice. Then became management, like a full-time super, whatever may have you. And then he turned into the biggest, meanest person you've met, and he just forgot he used to handle packages like the rest of us. You know, you started there too. So we remember, I handle packages, I unloaded trucks, I still unload stuff every day. So I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to forget how you, the members, work every day, sweat, blood, tears, everything. I mean, people come in hurt because they don't want to miss a paycheck. People come in, sick because they don't want to miss a paycheck. And you got to understand that, people have families and everything. So we want to make this a better working environment for you and your family.
All right, good people. It's about that time to close the show. But before we go, you heard from everybody. And I just want to tell you guys thank you for the support. It has been overwhelming. It's a lot different than it was in 2016. A whole lot different. I don't count, anything. I don't take anything for granted, because people don't have to vote for you. But I'm glad that they all the people that sent us their ballots, they showed us that they voted for us, and all the just the encouragement and all that kind of stuff.
And they're anxious just as we are. We're running that. And they're anxious. They're like, is it over? I keep getting that every day. You get that every day.
Right. But we just want you guys to just vote. Make sure you vote. That's the main thing, is vote. Everybody is complaining about our current leadership. Even the people that have voted for them are complaining. But you have to put it on the ballot for it to make a difference. And that's all we've tried to do over these last 4 or 5 years, to show you a different and better way to do things. We all are Teamsters, and to me that means more to me than a lot of people, because you get up every day, you get your check on Friday, and you look on the right-hand column, and it says that you paid. And to me, that's a badge of honor to be able to be called a Teamster. And I don't know if a lot of people understand that. That's why I'm passionate about this. All of us are, because we need to make some changes. Nothing personal against anybody, but there does need to be some foundational changes, some fundamental changes as well. Our shop stewards need to be better educated and more. They need to know that the board has their back, because a lot of issues can be handled on the shop floor. Because when I became a shop steward, there was no training. They just threw me in there, and I had to learn on the fly, and that shouldn't be like that, especially with a company like UPS. But all those things are going to change. We've showed you the bylaw amendment, the website, the committees, the radio show. Everything that we've done has been done to channel change, to show you guys that we mean business. So it's up to you now. There's nothing more that we can say or do. Now it's in your court. We've done the work. Now it's time for you guys to, do your part as well. Absolutely. Everybody says they're tired of our e-board. Now it's time to prove it. All right, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
And listening.
We're going to be back again next Wednesday. Hopefully we're going to be, your next leadership.
Stay tuned. There's more.
But we'll see. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for filling out those things. Jaime, we got your TV. We're going to be calling you, let you know that you won. We appreciate you guys. Come Monday, it's going to be celebration time.
Pay close attention to our page, because we will update you.
All right. We love you guys. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. 623
Lives Matter. See y'all on Monday.
All right.